Today we start Chapter 3. Chapter 3 is an introduction chapter to linear equations. Remember linear, look, it's right up here. It has a word inside of it, line. That means we're going to be dealing with a lot of lines this chapter. And then in Chapter 4, we'll really be doing equations and lines and things. For that reason, we're going to combine Chapter 3 and 4, since Chapter 3 is kind of the intro to that. So, all right, let's get started. Linear equations, it's going to graph like a straight line. Today we're going to work on standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. And you should know that a, b, and c are going to be regular, boring numbers. Now, when I write this in standard form, there's going to be some rules I need to follow. First of all, there can be no fractions or decimals. A must be positive. And again, maybe I'll write this down. A, B, C are numbers. So A has to be positive. By the way, it does have to be specifically x first, then y, and equals a number. No powers other than 1. No roots, square roots, cube roots, fourth roots. I don't care. No roots. No variables in the bottom of fractions. No variables being multiplied together. A, B, and C must be simplified. And 0 is okay as long as A and B aren't both 0. Also, when we simplify these, we are not going to have any decimals or fractions. We want A, B, and C to be nice, happy integers, just so you know. So let's check out some examples. Determine if each equation is linear, yes or no. Write it in standard form. So what I'm going to do is double check if it breaks any of the rules above. So I'm looking at this one. I don't see any fractions or decimals. It's not in standard form yet, so I'm not going to worry about that yet. No powers. I don't see any squareds, thirds, fourths, fifths. No square roots. I don't see any fractions. No x's in the bottom. No variables multiplied together. And looks like I have both an x and a y. So yes, this one is linear. So if I want to write it in in standard form, what I'm first going to do is get both the x and the y on the right hand side. And I see this x on the left, so I'm going to delete it. Move it over. 3x plus y equals 4. Oh, that was supposed to be a y, wasn't it? My bad. 3x plus y equals 4. Hey, by the way, if you wrote y plus 3x equals 4, you're not wrong. It's just that I want to see x first, because that's how standard form is. Standard form says ax plus by equals c. That means x needs to be first. Okay, so double check. Is x negative? Nope, it's good to go. Are 3, 1, and 4, right? There'd be an imaginary 1 there. Are they simplified? Can something divide into all 3 of those? No? All right, then that's good. And no fractions, decimals. Your answer is 3x plus y equals 4. All right, let's try the next one. I'm looking through my rules and trying to decide, is this one linear? And I see something. I see 2 variables being multiplied together. That means it is not linear. All right, let's try the next one. I see a variable with an exponent. No variables with exponents. That breaks the rule. What a rule breaker. Okay, let's try one more then. 1/3 y equals -1. This one looks promising. I know I say no fractions or decimals. That's once it's actually all the way simplified. First, let's do this. Let's highlight the rules you need to check first. So the first thing I want you to check if it's linear or not. Here, roots, variables on the bottom of fractions, variables multiplied together, like that. Then after that, then you're going to go through and fix it so that there's no fractions or decimals. Make A positive. And make sure they're simplified. Do the red ones first. The red ones determine, is it linear? Oh, not that one. There we go, try again. And then the blue ones simplify it. Okay? So when I look at this one, it actually is linear because it doesn't break any of the red rules. However, it's not in simplified form. There's no x this time. That's okay. Remember, this rule over here says that it's okay if one of them is 0 as long as they're not both 0. So it's okay that there's not an x, but that fraction isn't okay. And the way I can get rid of that fraction is by multiplying by 3 on both sides. Y equals -3. That's going to be the answer. I'm not as worried about you guys doing ones with fractions and decimals because you won't have one of those on your homework, just so you know. Now, today's homework is only going to have the stuff above. I do want to kind of take a peek here. When we look at linear equations, it's going to cross the x and y axis in 2 different places. Tomorrow, it's going to be really important where they cross. And, wouldn't you know it, got a spam call. It's going to be really important where they cross, and we're going to be looking for those crossing points. So, something to look forward to.